Hey now! What is up, everybody? My name is Mike Brown, aka Review King MB, and I am here because it's been a while. It's been a while since I've done a movie reaction, a movie commentary, a live movie watch, however you want to call it. And in fact, right off the bat, let me know in the comments below if you want me to bring back the live movie watches. But in any event, it's Friday the 13th, so I thought every Friday the 13th movie I have been watching and doing a reaction of each and every single movie. I've been going in order, and now we have reached what is my favorite Friday the 13th movie ever. Is part 6, Jason Lives. Yes, it's my favorite. I know that sounds random. I will explain why as we go along. For now, let's press play if you are watching along. I am 3 seconds in because I tried to pause it at the... It just was a whole thing. So here we go. We're going to press play in 3, 2, go. Okay. Yeah, we see the Paramount, the old school Paramount logo. Man, is it old school. When did this come out? Does this come out in 86, 87? 86, yeah. 2 years before I was born. Uh-oh. Thunder. I always appreciated how this movie starts. Right off the bat, right into it. I used to really dislike part 5 because it was a fake Jason. It wasn't the real Jason. So I loved that they brought him back in the way that they did. I know it's silly. I know it's over the top. I know it takes the franchise into supernatural level of rules here. But I just can't help it. All right, so we have our 2 characters. Tommy Jarvis. This is my favorite actor that's played Tommy Jarvis. There has been 3 different Tommy Jarvis actors. In fact, this is the last appearance of Tommy Jarvis. What a great line. Jason belongs in hell. And I'm going to make sure he gets there. Gasoline! And more thunder. Clearly, this is a take off of, like, Frankenstein, right? And it's so bizarre because when the fans complained, I wasn't alive yet, but when the fans complained that part 5 lied about having Jason there, he wasn't really there, it was a fake Jason, whatever, you could argue that was the logical choice. That made the most sense given what they were doing. But because they complained, the studio said, fuck it, give them what they want, have this not make sense, and just bring Jason back to life. There is Jason Voorhees. Now, I believe part 5, they said that his body was cremated. Obviously, that's either a lie or this movie is disregarding, pretending like part 5 never happened. Because if it happened, then what's the explanation? What happened to Tommy when he put the mask on and almost became a killer? You gotta think that this is disregarding, right? And his poor friend, did they say his name's Alan? Alan! He didn't stand a chance! You almost start this movie and thinking, hey, this is the 2 main characters. He will be the goofy best friend who will be throughout the entire movie. And clearly that wasn't the case. All right. They're digging a grave. In case people aren't watching this with me, which why would you, right? Why would you not be watching the movie and watching or listening to this? But they are currently digging Jason's grave. This is illegal, right? Like, you just can't dig up somebody's... I like how his buddy wants nothing to do with this. It's almost fucked up that the buddy doesn't want to do this, doesn't like this, thinks it's a horrible idea, but yet he gets fucked. Explain that. Oh yeah, so the main reason, I should just say right off the bat, the main reason why this is my favorite, look at all the cobwebs, and why I still to this day say it's my favorite, look at the maggots. Gross. Oh, the worms, maggots, and everything. Ugh. Is because this is the first Friday the 13th movie I had ever seen. As a kid, they showed a lot of these on TV, right? I was probably 8, 9, 10 years old, somewhere around there, when these movies would be on TV all the time. And I remember seeing this one the most, or at least I definitely saw the entirety of this one first. And so it's my touchstone on how I perceive Jason, what I think Jason is. This is the first movie I think of. And now you get he's hearing himself as a child yelling die. Corey Feldman, of course. So the fourth movie happened. We're just not sure about the fifth movie. I do like that him reliving Jason's death is what sets him off here. And once again, this is indirectly Tommy Jarvis's fault. Jason was dead and he was in the grave and he wasn't coming back. There's nothing to suggest that he was going to come back or that he could have come back. This is all Tommy's paranoia. This is all Tommy doing something that he absolutely should not have done. But in some ways, Tommy is the savior of the franchise because he brought Jason back to life. So that's both ways of looking at it. Lightning! And he's alive! He's alive. The power of lightning. Thor brings back Jason. Another bolt of lightning. God damn. Fuck. I wonder how they shot that, right? This is... Oh, there's the eyes. There's a great shot. The eyes with the maggots still on it. So, realistically, this would not have happened if Tommy didn't just do that. But yeah, I wonder how they shot the lightning like that. Like, did they just... Like, how did they fake that, right? There weren't CGI in 1986. Oh, and he's just watching them. How creepy. See? The whole time. My heart can't take any more of this. See, Jason heard him and said, oh yeah, what about your heart? But the poor friend wanted nothing to do with it. Oh, there he is. So Jason is officially a zombie. I mean, he's not eating people. He's not eating brains. This isn't Return of the Living Dead, right? He's not eating brains, but he's a zombie. Look at him. Gasoline. Oh, this part is fucked. I remember seeing this. I don't know about the first time, but definitely as a kid. He goes to light the match, and then it rains. Literally, God did not want this to happen. And all the maggots fall. Ew. So I guess the actor playing Jason here had to actually have maggots on him. Oh! He tried to help. Oh! He hit him with the shovel in the head. Got his heart ripped out. What a brutal first kill. That's the first kill of the movie. And this is their way of saying, we're not fucking around. The director of this movie it's written and directed by Tom McLaughlin. Kudos to you, Tom. You gave me the best... look at that. The music. And it's the James Bond intro scene. No, they didn't. That's hilarious. Jason lives with the throat cut. Come on, man. You could tell they clearly are having fun. I know it's a tightrope walk of trying to balance out comedy and horror. A lot of times it doesn't work. A lot of times it's forced. A lot of times it's cringe. But I appreciated that this movie, 6 entries in, decided to say, fuck it, let's have fun. Right off the bat with the James Bond intro. I wish they went all out in the entire opening title sequence was James Bond. Like, I don't know, even if it's animated and Jason's just going around killing people at the lake. Maybe I'm asking for too much. Also, this score playing right now, the da na 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 na, I like that. I do. Because obviously, when people think of Jason and the score, you think of the kill, 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 ma, 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 which is prevalent in like almost every movie. But each score, like the music, is different every time. There's the sheriff. Yeah. I like this actor who plays the sheriff. He kind of looks like Tim Curry. Damn. Mother and Friends. See, this is the confusion on whether or not Part 5 is real or if it happened. Because they talk about him being at the psychiatric hospital, which could be acknowledgement of Part 5. And they lock him up. I'm going to eat some Oreos because I forgot to get popcorn. So that's on me. My bad. Popcorn while watching a scary movie is the best case scenario, but that's all I got right now. Uh-oh. You're going to be sorry you didn't listen to me. I like that. He tried to warn you, even though he fucked up. Even though this is all his fault. Even though everybody that's about to die going forward, even in the entire franchise, 7, 8, 9, it's all Tommy Jarvis's fault. This couple. What's this guy's name? He's been in a bunch of stuff. It's probably like his first movie. Oh. I'm Darren. I like that line. Any weirdo wearing a mask. For 1986, referencing that I've seen a lot of horror movies, doesn't get enough credit for that. Run him over. I mean, that's actually a decent idea. Like, if you don't know who Jason is, you'll think, like, okay, we'll make him move. He didn't move. He's not scared. He's not chicken. Oh, fuck! Pop their tire. Ain't that about it, bitch? Oh, dude, what are you doing, man? Maybe I'm too much of a pussy, but if a dude that was that big, wearing a mask, that has a fucking spear or whatever that is, just popped our tire, I'm probably not going to go out there. Alright, scumbag. Oh, it's totally an 80s movie. Oh, there goes the light. You gonna shoot? Oh! Did he stab him in the balls? That almost looked like that should have been in 3D. The shot of him going through the window. Oh, she fell right into that pit, that mud pit. She's gonna offer him. What is she getting out? Money? He's not interested in money. You know, when I was a kid, I used to think, oh, Jason, he's not that bad of a guy. I mean, yeah, he killed her boyfriend, but maybe he figured, eh, it's too easy. I'm just gonna bounce. And then, no, he kills her anyways because he can't help himself. I thought he felt better about it. She had a couple 20s. That would have been a good payday for dear old Jason. That was definitely just a random scene where they wanted to kill somebody. This chick, Megan, the daughter of the sheriff. Yeah, I never really understood the whole, like, I'm gonna buy brand new jeans that already have holes in them. I mean, I know a lot of people like it, but it's like, what's the shelf life of how long you can wear those? That's all she had to hear. This girl loves the danger. Who sees who sees a guy in a jail cell and says, I'm gonna fuck him? Besides a girl who wants to clearly piss off her dad. He's kind of cute. And he smiles after he saw his friend get killed, after he knows Jason's out there. A dude still wants to get laid. And I will say, Megan, she's pretty cute. She is. Yeah, you don't want him poisoning your daughter, alright? Oh, yeah, and this is interesting. They don't really emphasize this. It kind of just is, right? The fact that the town has renamed the Crystal Lake. It's no longer Crystal Lake. It's called Forest Green. I always thought that was interesting because they don't make a big deal out of it. It's just it's already renamed, and it's kind of this guy. Oh, so there's the explanation. Yeah. Hey, he just broke the fourth wall. He literally looked at the camera and said, "We're all sick in the head," basically. He's not wrong. That was literally the studio saying, "You guys wanted Jason back. This is your fault, audience." Megan's too busy thinking about the jailbird. What does she need? A guy like him. Oh, so they have heard of Jason before. So it's almost like it's been enough time. I guess even look at Tommy Jarvis. If Jason's been dead since Tommy was a kid, Tommy's now grown up. You have an entire generation of people who have only heard about Jason but don't really know about him. Although, how much older is Tommy? Has it really been that long for like these kids to not like for them to think that Jason's just a myth? I don't know if I buy that. Ah, little kids. Ugh. If there's ever a moment, and they're all yours. Yeah, kids are scary, man. Sometimes I think I want kids of my own, and then I see these scenes in movies, and I'm like, you know what? Okay, so I will say this. This side, I was going to say side plot. I don't know if it's really a side plot. But these side people who are just out there playing uh, this game of paintball, it's so fucking random. They're clearly just here to get killed off, right? But I also, if I try to make sense of it, I kind of like the idea of Crystal Lake has been renamed. It's been a long time since all the shit's been going on. Clearly, people are using this forest for other things. It's not like what the teenagers were doing with it now. Now it's like, okay, adults are coming here to do their little game. If this movie came out today, people would be screaming that this woman is too woke because she just beat them both by herself. But yeah, there's no sign of like of they deserve to be killed, right? They don't seem like horrible people. They don't seem like assholes. They're literally just probably taking the weekend off from their job to play this game and like, right? It's like, why is Jason killing these people? Because he's literally just gonna kill whoever is in front of him. I mean, you could argue that's the best Jason. Oh, happy face. And did he rip his arm off? Also, he did. Also, explanation of how he gets the machete. I like that. See the little things. Because story is clearly what these movies are primarily focusing on. Here's a question. What is your favorite version of Jason? Is your favorite or preferred version of Jason when he's actually alive? The first four movies when he's a living, breathing person and he runs and he actually is a, I guess, realistic type killer. Or from part 6 on, and let's be honest, probably the most mainstream version of Jason is the zombified version of him, right? He's done more movies as a zombie than when he was a living person. Right? 6, 7, 8, 9, Jason X, Freddy vs. Jason. Yeah, 6 movies as a zombie. I guess 5 living if you count the remake. Do we count the remake? Do we like the remake? They're they're spending a lot of time with these people. Oh! Oh, a 3-for-1 deal. Very impressive. Bang. You dead. That just pissed him off. You got paintball on his favorite jumpsuit. Now here's the biggest question with Jason. I mean, he's walking pretty fast, right? He's not walking slow. So granted. But how does Jason catch up to people who are running while he's only walking? What a completely different movie this would have been if Tommy just left. And like the sheriff on his own figures out that like he was right, you know, because now Tommy's just about to get himself arrested again. Although I get it, his plan is to just say fuck it, let me take him to the gravesite and show him. Now Tommy is lucky he's not black, because him running from the cops like this, you know they would have shot his ass. Come on, I mean, what are we talking about right now? Look at them chasing. so silly. And fuck, I can't find my way around the cemetery. I don't know how the fuck he ends up getting to the right spot. Especially how different things look during the daytime than at night. Oh, he got tackled. He came out of nowhere. I will say this too. Normally, it pisses me off. Yeah, there you go. Uh-oh. You see the red dot? Bang. You bang. I love that he's so proud of his red dot. I will say this. Normally, when you get these horror movies, when your main character is like desperately trying to explain what's going on or trying to tell people, warn people, hey, this fucking evil thing or this serial killer or this a fart head, and they all say, yeah. I like that cut. Normally it bothers the shit out of me that people don't believe the main character, that so many other characters are like, you're crazy, or even though you're my brother or you're my boyfriend or you're a person that I'm really close with, a best friend, I'm not going to believe you. Because the movie dictates, the story dictates that we're not supposed to have everyone in on it yet. This movie at least has a good explanation, or a decent explanation. His story is very far fetched, and also the gravesite was put back in there, so they have no reason to believe him. And also, he's a character that comes from a mental hospital, and it adds up. It adds up probably more than it has a right to. I will say this is probably the type of counselor I would be. We're in big trouble, dude. If that doesn't tell you that this is the 80s, you got it, dude. Yeah, they're actually letting him go. Damn. Okay, so this is his, what, third chance? Once again, if it was anybody else. So they drove him literally outside of the state lines. Now, wasn't it in part 3 when we established that Camp Crystal Lake is in New Hampshire? This fucking drunk guy. I probably should have got alcohol. Oh, look at that. Another random couple to get killed off. Great. To fuck? It's a messy act. It's never too messy to do the damn thing. Let me tell you. Where'd the road go? Where the fuck did he think he was? How drunk is he? Kathleen? Is that the name of his bottle? What the fuck? I will say this guy plays a good drunk. It's convincing. Either that or he really is drunk. Bleh. Yeah, literally the death of you. Oh, I like that. He throws the bottle. He doesn't hear it land. Oh, Jason broke the glass bottle and cut him with it. Oh, put it in his throat. See, okay, that bullshit. This is the same macho bullshit that I literally just said. At least the other guy, they were in their car. Okay, when I was a kid, that part terrified me. Like, when this guy runs up on Jason and he sees Jason go to hack the body, and Jason stops and turns and looks at him and then starts to walk towards him. As a kid, that scared the fuck out of me. As a kid, that was like, holy shit, you're next! And they both just got stabbed. A 2-for-1. I like the effect of both of them bleeding out of their mouths when he stabs them. I know, I'm sick in the head. Hey, I watched this when I was a kid. What do you expect? Speaking of being a kid, I think another reason why this one felt so different is that you have all of these young kids. We've never had. I know. What's the little black kid was in the 5th movie, right? But it was one kid, random, whatever. This movie has so many kids at this camp, and they're in danger essentially, right? They've never put little kids like this in danger before. Also, the idea that these aren't just random teenage counselors who are going out in the woods on their own to fuck. Like, these are actually counselors who are actually watching kids. You know, you hear about it all the time, but you never really see them in action with the kids. So, that's another plus. It's usually always like what? Like the day before the kids are supposed to come, the counselors go there to check the place out, and Jason kills them all before it ever gets there. Darren. Oh, there you go. So Darren and Elizabeth were going to join the group. They were on their way. So they weren't random. The other couple that we just watched get killed, they were random. Darren and Elizabeth were on their way to get to this camp. So there you go. She saw a monster. This little girl does a great job of being terrified. I wonder if she went on to like do other stuff. No, Nancy. Every time I hear the name Nancy, I think of Nightmare on Elm Street. Even when I watch Stranger Things, the girl on there, the sister Nancy, I can't help but think of Nightmare on Elm Street. I wonder what time they shot these scenes with all the kids, because it's like, did they just make it look darker than it is? Because kid actors, gotta be a pain in the ass to deal with, and when you have that many of them, when the vans rock and don't come knocking, huh? Where'd this girl come from? He just randomly found this chick to hook up with. They were, that's funny. Yeah, let's do it for the entirety of the song. It's only 10 more minutes. The look on his face was great. Oh, Jason. Jason doesn't know what to think when he sees people fucking. You know, I always wondered, who does this piss off more, Michael Myers or Jason? When he sees people, Michael Myers seems more intrigued and more like curious, whereas Jason, I think, gets more angry because literally that's the counselor's hooking up is what led to him drowning, right? I mean, hey, dude, you got yours, so. Horace. Oh, her stepfather. Horace. That's a name. I picture a big, bald, tattoo guy. Wait, what? Smokey the freaking bear. You don't hear that name anymore. Hey, man. I wouldn't even have known her name was Nikki if not for the subtitles. Um, it's what you gotta do. You know, you're the guy. You you got laid, so you gotta go be the brave guy, right? You gotta investigate. Even if I don't want to. This is like the third time where the guy had to be the brave guy. This is definitely a decent tension moment, right? Tension scene. So yeah, it was ripped. Oh, see that actually got me right there. I'm not even gonna front. I'm not even gonna pretend. Smart. Get the fuck out of there. Come on, Nikki. Go back in the fucking RV. Yeah, see, I remember the one time where I took a road trip and driving super late and pulling over to like pee is the scariest thing probably of all time because it's dark and because you're in the middle of nowhere. You don't know where you are, right? It's a whole different and literally these type of movies is what got me to be fucked up. I want to rock. Teenage Frankenstein. That's crazy that I mean, did she get permission from her stepfather or did she just take it hoping he wouldn't find out? Because an RV is not some small thing. This scene is fucked up. They recreated this scene in the remake when Jason grabs the girl in the bathroom and is holding her by the head like this. I remember when I saw that scene in the remake, and he puts her face through the mirror. Great effect of the indent of her face going through the other side. That was very good. A lot of creative kills here, especially for 86. Oh, fuck. Oh, and the fact that he sees him, I think, right before he gets stabbed. Boom. Oh, oh. I love the effect of the music going off once he gets stabbed. And then I think I listened to this with the commentary where the director talked about how hard it was to get this shot because you can even see they're losing the dark light. And also, the RV's actually on fire, and the actor is actually on top of it like that. That's super fucking dangerous. But they made sure they got that shot, boy. And it's badass as shit. Making Jason look like a brute force was clearly the main intentions of this movie, and I think they do a tremendous job. And I know this actor only played Jason the one time, but I think he's a pretty good Jason. Probably the best Jason up until this point, right? I mean, that might be controversial. I know some people like the second Jason because he just has the bag over his face and he has the long hair and shit. But yeah, part six, Jason. I mean, obviously, I like that. He wants to prove the legend is true. But yeah, who's the guy that played Jason like five times? Shit, how am I forgetting his name? He played him in 7, 8, 9, X, and then they didn't bring him back for Freddy vs. Jason, which is wild. Uh, Fuck, I have his autograph somewhere. How am I blanking on his name? This is so silly. This scene of Megan trying to balance on the chair. But I love it because I used to do this all the time. Not when I was her age, but she's clearly older than what I was. But when I was probably around like 12, I used to do this. And I used to enjoy doing it. I can't even tell you why. Because it kind of goes to show that when I was growing up, you didn't have cell phones. You barely had the internet. Right? So you just kind of had to do dumb shit to keep yourself preoccupied. Like that. Wow. Even he's like, "What? You're gonna pick him up? You don't even know me. I could be the serial killer for all she knows." See, I like her energy. I like her spunkiness. I like that she clearly likes him, and so she's just like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna pursue him." I like all those qualities about her, but also she's kind of dumb for being so um, like this could have been you know, My Bloody Valentine, where like it's revealed that he's the killer. Um, there you go. Here's Jason going back to the camp, even though it has a different name, which made him sort of tilt his head. I love we've seen him tilt his head like at least 3 or 4 times already. Because he's dead, right? So I like the confusion. I like that he's not quite sure. It looks familiar, but it's different. Uh oh. So did they just find which bodies were that? That was by the car. Oh, it's the paintball people. They found their bodies. Oh, the poor guy got hacked to shit. Okay, so now Happy Friday the 13th. There's not enough emphasis on the fact that this takes place on Friday the 13th. Right? Not a lot of the movies specifically play that up, that that's the date. Because some of the sequels take place immediately right after. And so it's like, well, technically it's Saturday the 14th. So it's just like we can't really emphasize the date because it's a continuation, or it's like a week later, or it's like whatever. Um, but I like that. More of that, please. If we ever get, goddamn, if we will ever get a new Friday the 13th movie, because it's been fucking forever. It's been since the remake. If we ever get a new one, though, let's emphasize the date a little more. You know, I want to say or the teaser for the remake tried to say that Friday the 13th was his birthday. Now, how much does that make sense? Because that is one of those it happens twice a year type deals. It's not an actual date that can carry over every year like that. Like not every year is it Friday the 13th on the same date. So it can't be his birthday. But if he thinks of it as his birthday of maybe the date that when he was resurrected, that works. Maybe. I don't know. Now, did she just pour her drink on Jason's head, or is there really just nobody out there? Why is their door wide open? Oh my god. That always freaks me out when I see in horror movies. And I mean, maybe they didn't leave it open. Maybe it was just unlocked. But either way, it's open now because you didn't lock the door. Oh, there he is. And there goes her slippers. This. Oh, he turns her head and snapped her head off. Oh. Oh. And this chick just thinks what? That she's hooking up with somebody? Oh. The way how like her eyes go up when he turns her head and just pops it off, that's pretty brutal. And before you say that it's physically impossible for Jason to be able to do that, he's dead. So his level of strength and super strength is like its own. Who's to say how strong Jason actually is when he's dead? There you go. Hey, two are those hamsters? Oh, poor Nancy. Is she about to wake up again? Okay, you know what? Actually, now that I think about it, oh, it's her headless body he's carrying. And Nancy saw it. Okay, so actually, so I was thinking that maybe Nancy actually saw Jason and they don't believe her. But Jason wasn't even there yet. So she really is just having fucked up dreams. And Jason's about to fuck her shit up right now. Oh. Did they see him? Okay, this scene. This scene of her putting his head in her lap, very unnecessary, especially because they have to show the point of view of her crotch. Like, hey kids, this is what Tommy is seeing right now. So you can imagine me as a kid going like, oh. All right. The cop going to laugh and then stopping himself was hilarious. Because they know that they saw the daughter with another guy. Damn. He's like, yeah, I'll just stay down here. Stay down. See, like, what's with the shot of her crotch? You don't need that. Whatever. Whoa. Oh my god. A hairy turn? No. Why do I remember this dialogue? Oh shit. Oh, it's her father. Damn. Bloody machete. Machete. Is she like the only counselor left? Oh, fuck. This is a great fake out. Paula. Are they? Dude, if I found that machete covered in blood, I would not be thinking that somebody's playing a joke. Oh, to be fair, that blood did look like jello. Oh, you don't want to do that. Well, this girl is taking this well. I would be a lot more hysterical. Oh! Kill, kill, kill. Ma, ma, ma. Damn. They should have paid their bill. Carpenter. I appreciate that reference. Uh-oh. Ah, the seeds of doubt. I like it. Flash. That's funny. Oh, I'm sure they are. This could have been horrible advice. Oh, that's freaky. Jason just watching. See, like, what's he thinking, right? It's especially interesting because he's dead. So it's like, what is he thinking when he sees and when he's staring at this Paula girl talking to Nancy? And he's just following her. Like, if he was alive, I would probably think he's thinking, oh, here's actually a good counselor who's actually doing what she's supposed to be doing, looking after the kids, protecting the kids, talking to them and interacting with them, making sure they're safe. Maybe she's one of the good ones. But because he's dead, does any of that process, you know? Or is he just kind of having flashbacks of when he was. I think I'm thinking way more about this than the filmmakers probably did, but it's still something I think about. And you could argue that a lot of the people that have been getting killed deserve it the least out of most people in the franchise. Usually in the franchise, it's like asshole people, horrible people, bullies, liars, cheaters, blah, blah, blah. This group is a fairly decent group of people, you know? Um, I mean, they might do some dumb things, but I think for the most part, they mean well. Oh, the machete is gone. Yeah, get the fuck out of there. I don't know how he just opened that door, or was it the wind, or. See, this is good tension. For me, this is working. I mean, still to this day, this is the scariest I think Jason comes across. Um, yeah. Oh shit, he got her. Fuck. Oh, and there's the blood splat. Oh, oh, and he throws her body through the window. Damn. See, that girl did not deserve that. I could never do those with rubber bands. Like, fling them to wherever I want to. And this is her idea, by the way, to help Tommy out and get out of the cell. Because it stinks. Oh, he's kissing her. Whoa. They're really committing to the bit, huh? And she's into it. Whoa. Look at that. It's always the crazy ones and the criminals that like you, right? You little turd. Uh-oh. You bang. Maggie. Oh, come on, did he actually think that she was going to shoot him? See, if a cop can't handle the sheriff's daughter with his gun, then this town has bigger problems. It's kind of like the cops from It's kind of like the cops from Stranger Things, where like nothing has ever happened in that town, and they're totally unequipped to deal with anything real. Hot lips. Once again, you got to appreciate Megan's willingness to potentially get herself killed. Okay, so how the fuck does Tommy Jarvis know that? Like, not that how does he know that he drowned there and all that stuff. I mean, how does he know that the only way to defeat him is to put him back in the lake, right? Like, it's a stretch, um, but maybe it's a hunch, right? Like, maybe he's just kind of crossing his fingers and hoping it works. Because I wouldn't know what the fuck to do with this thing. Uh oh. Nancy's awake. So this scene used to give me the creeps. Once again, as a kid, because you don't. Once again, you don't know what Jason's thinking, right? when he's coming in to look at her, like, what's he thinking? Is it just like she's praying? Like, was he going to kill her? Would he have killed these kids if he didn't just get distracted from the cops that arrived out there? I guess we'll never know. But what a situation to put Jason in a room full of kids and tease the idea that he might massacre the entire. Like, can you imagine? Yeah, look at Burt Reynolds over here. Oh, this is going to be the aftermath of poor Paula. Oh my god. So much blood. You know what's funny is that we didn't see at all what he did to poor Paula. But seeing that room splattered with blood everywhere is almost worse. Because your imagination runs wild. Uh-oh. You know he's watching. Hey! Now, if anybody has played the Friday the 13th video game, him throwing those little like dart knives or whatever they are is a huge staple of the game. And this is clearly where they got it from. One of the few times Jason does it in the movie. Alright, the kids are alive. Can you imagine going to these rooms? And I wonder if a more recent movie would have killed the kids. Horror movies today are pretty fucked. And like, for example, let's say they remake this particular movie, like beat for beat. We're going to redo part 6. Does a newer director who wants to be just shocking and wants to be edgy and wants to be like, hey, let's piss some people off, we're going to have Jason kill all these kids? I don't want to see that, but I'm just wondering if how far would they take it today? You know, because nowadays, is it enough for people to have him just kill the counselors? It should be. In fact, you could argue that maybe these counselors, or most of them, shouldn't have died because they were all decent people, like I said. Boy, Nancy is getting all of these adults killed. That's scary, man. Dude, he's eating the bullets. And they're going through his oh. Shockingly, this movie it's not as graphic and gory as it could be. Once again, I don't need to see it, but it's surprising how much they cut away or how much they don't show the kills. Like, straight up. Another adult that Nancy's about to get killed. Great, all the kids are awake. That's a lot of kids, too. Shit. Right? There's like 30 kids there. So. All the kids jumping under the bed is kind of hilarious. He's got the shotgun. I love a good shotgun, you know? In a movie, of course. I've never handled one in real life. Here's a character. Oh, you see the aftermath of it. Oh, was that like all of the fluids coming out of him, even his nose. Okay, so that's your brief shot of how bad the kill was. Alright, the sheriff is officially seeing Jason for the first time. Now, I know this sheriff didn't believe Tommy, right? In the whole movie, he was being a dick to Tommy. And so I guess that's why they probably feel like, well, he's going to die here. Because he didn't believe him. But what did I say earlier? It's understandable why the sheriff didn't believe Tommy. I still don't think he should have died here. This moment. Oh! Jason sitting up from these shotgun shots gets me every time. And then, oh, shot him right in the head, and he just fucking took it. Now, usually I complain, or at least nowadays I complain about like the supernatural aspect of horror movies and how confusing it is of how do you stop the demon or the ghost or the creature, right? Like what's the rules and all that stuff. I get hung up on that a lot. But Jason being a zombie, like seeing him be this unstoppable actually for me works. Because they always at least try to show that he is beatable. It might be insanely hard, but they try to give you an explanation of like, well, we can defeat him in this way. It's not nearly like in part 8 when he just disappears and he vanishes and then he just reappears on top of a fucking thing and you're like, how the hell did he get there? Right? Like when you try to have Jason just do anything, it doesn't work. But when you try to, even though he's a zombie, which I know I'm probably sounding ridiculous right now that I'm saying that this is still realistic given the situations, but it's like, basically the only rule is that he can't be killed in a normal way. I'm fine with that being the rule, Especially because this is part 6. Why are we going to bullshit and pretend like we're going to kill Jason off and not just bring him back? You might as well just establish the fact that he can't die. That's the new rule, and we're going to continue that going forward. Jason can't die. Boom. These two kids, they only get 3 moments. Very memorable. I think we're dead meat. That's hilarious. You have 2 kids basically saying, yeah, we're fucked. Oh, whoa. That was the head of, what's her name? The black girl. It's always funny to me that Jason likes to fuck with people and he likes to move body parts around for jump scares, I guess. Real dead meat. That's great. So what were you going to be when you grew up? Come on, that's hilarious. Tell me they don't have a sense of humor. Oh, see, this is the moment. See, the sheriff could have just sat by and let Jason go after his daughter. But when he saw Jason go after her, he's full of rage. No, not her. I love it. It's such a, small thing. But I mention it because not all of these movies do that. Oh! And he snapped the sheriff's back in half. You thought Bane breaking Batman's back was bad. Holy fuck. Man, that's a gruesome kill. It really is. And he went out like a fucking hero. Let's give props to the sheriff from part 6. He did not want his daughter to get killed. And he basically sacrificed himself. If I still had a drink or if I had my alcohol, pour a drink out. Once again, I don't know what the fuck Tommy's doing. Like, obviously, I know what he's doing because I've seen the movie, but in real time, it's like, what the fuck are you doing? Why do you think this is gonna work? Oh! And Jason just burst into the door of the kids. Oh, shit. Damn. He would have killed her. Tommy just saved Megan's life. And probably the kid's life, let's be real. Maggot head. What an insult. I'm sorry, but to me, this Jason is the most threatening. Maybe it's because you see him going after kids, or oh, he used the chicken shit line. Marty McFly and Jason don't like to be called chicken or chicken shit. Or pussy. He just called him pussy. Jason's like, oh, that's what those kids used to call me. Fucker. That pissed him off. Okay, so here's our big contradiction to Freddy vs. Jason, right? One of the things, I'm sure eventually we will get to a Freddy vs. Jason commentary someday, one day. But the fact that that movie has him afraid of water pisses me off. Because this movie clearly establishes that Jason doesn't give a fuck about water. He literally just went underwater. He doesn't have to worry about breathing. He is not afraid of water. So fuck you, whoever wrote that. He can be in water just fine. He's not... I mean, what are we talking about here? You know what I mean? Okay, once again, we're gonna say it again. When I was a kid, I used to always wonder, could you do this in real life? Could you create a ring of fire in water? It blows my mind. I mean, obviously they pull it off in the movie, like they're shooting this, although maybe they had to do something special in order to get this fire in the water like this. I don't know what they did or how they did it, but it looks cool as fuck. Oh! This movie does a great job of presenting Tommy Jarvis as if he's Jason's arch nemesis, right? Or he's Jason's top protagonist, and that has this lifelong feud with him. You know, Nancy for Freddy Krueger, Laurie from Michael Myers. Who else from the series would it be? It's Tommy Jarvis and Jason, for sure. And this one shot coming up always gets me. Jason just saying, fuck it, and breaking the boat in half. So badass. It hasn't happened yet. Hold on. There it is, and he's on fire. Jason is literally on fire. That, come on, man. This director went all out. Oh! And there it is. And Camp Blood. I think Camp Blood, wasn't that in one of the old movies too? And, okay, here's a moment where It's like Jason's stuck with the chain and the rock. He can't move, but he's like, I'm gonna take Tommy Jarvis with me. Because drowning is, I think, a big fear for most people. So this moment where it looks like he's killed Tommy, it's like, fuck. Even his dead body rising up to, well, he's not. Is he killed? And this is another reason why I love Megan. You want to talk about a selfless, fearless character. She's going in there to save our protagonist. I mean, to be fair, Tommy's dead. Like, the motherfucker's dead. Right? Oh, shit. Jason grabbing her by the foot right now. For whatever reason. I mean, maybe it is just pure nostalgia, pure, this is my first movie. First Friday movie. But I find him the most scary in this one film. Oh. Ugh. Oh. And the propellers from the boat, she's going to use that. Oh. Oh. Oh, look at the goop. Oh, and the snap of the neck and the goop. Now, granted, he's already dead, so I'm not expecting him to really like die again. But how did that not cut his head off? Probably the only way that you really could stop him. Until you get to part 9, when even blowing him up doesn't do shit. Oh, yeah. See, this is where, if they had kept Tommy dead, I would have been really pissed. I would have hated it. Is it realistic that he's just survived there? Probably not. But I am glad she saved him. It's over. Or is it? Jason's home until part 7. Now, does she know about her father? I don't think so. Yeah, that'll be awkward. And here we go. The following morning, he's back home, right? Camp Crystal Lake. Everything should be okay. Until, oh, look at that shot. That shot of him just in the water like that with the chain. Oh, his hand moved. And his eyes. He's still alive. Wow. What a great... And that movie flew by. Tony Goldwyn, that's the actor who played Darren earlier, and he was killed. I believe C.J. Graham played Jason. Thank you. This is why you stay for the credits, folks. To show appreciation for, yeah. So I enjoyed this rewatch. I know I said that it's my favorite Friday the 13th movie, so obviously it's going to have a lot to do with it. I am sure a lot of people don't feel the same. I'm sure this is not a lot of people's favorite Friday the 13th, and that's fine. That's all well and good. I'm curious if you've stuck around. What is your favorite Friday the 13th movie? Do you have a favorite? Do they all just kind of feel like the same shit to you? Which is understandable. You do have a point. Every movie, for the most part, is just rinse and repeat. Teenagers getting killed in the woods by a guy in a hockey mask. However, it's the way you tell that story. It's the way you execute these kills. It's honestly with this movie too. It's how likable for me the characters are. The teenagers are. I mean, I enjoy the characters here. I like Tommy Jarvis. I even like the sheriff. Oh, he's the man behind the mask. What a great song to put at the end of this. Absolutely an 80s song, an 80s feel. But they don't do that anymore, right? You get songs specifically made for the movie. You know, the Freddy movies did it. The Friday the 13th movies did it. You don't get that enough. Bring that shit back. Get Taylor Swift to do a song for fucking Saw. Alice Cooper, by the way. Yeah, there you go. Alice Cooper's all over this. Did he do the whole soundtrack? Good for Alice Cooper. He played Freddy Krueger's father, and he did the songs for this. There you go. Tom Matthews played Tommy. Jennifer Cook played Megan. And David Kagan was the sheriff. Wanted to make sure I get the name of the actors that I actually like here. Also, with these movies, the credits aren't even that long. Like, it hasn't even been an hour and 30 minutes yet. And we're right at the end of the credits. I guess that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this movie watch. I love this movie. I can watch it over and over again and never get sick of it. Let me know, once again, in the comments below. Do you want me to bring back the live movie watches? Do you prefer me doing these, where it's not live, but it's still like we can watch it together after the fact type deal? Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Later.